No-knock warrants have come under intense scrutiny following the deaths of innocent people like Amir Locke and Breonna Taylor. And now a KARE 11 investigation is revealing new information on how a flawed knock-and-announce warrant ended with a pregnant woman shackled while in active labor.
Investigative reporter AJ Legault has that and why it's costing taxpayers big bucks.
And they took me to the hospital with legs shackled. I'm really on the dog. Or an angle or something.
Sarah was 9 months pregnant, in labor, shackled by the leg to the gurney as she was taken from the Hennepin County Jail to HCMC in 2020 to have her first baby. Once here, she was shackled to her delivery room bed for hours.
So I was in labor while they are shackled me.
Sarah, who asked we not show her face, is no criminal, just a soon-to-be new mom cooking dinner when police, wrongly suspecting her husband shoplifted a snowblower, kicked in the door of her Dayton home.
Police search warrant! You all right, Matt?
Sarah's husband Ferris thought it was home invaders and, using a legally owned handgun, fired warning shots. The police fired back, their round ending up in a neighbor's home. It was a colossal misunderstanding.
911, what's the address of your emergency?
Hello?
Even though Sarah was on the line with 911, reporting what she thought was a home invasion, she was arrested. Never charged with a crime, but locked up on what's known as a 36-hour hold. Sarah says she asked her guard why she was shackled.
He told me this is the law.
It's not. In fact, Minnesota law generally bans restraining pregnant and new moms.
They kept the shackle on my legs until the 36 hours was done.
Sarah says when her 36-hour hold was up, deputies took off the shackles and left her in the hospital. She delivered her baby a few hours later. She filed a federal lawsuit claiming her shackling was brutal, sadistic, and unconscionable, leaving her with psychological scars that have yet to fully heal.
I am not as before.
Need to treat people in this situation with respect and with care, and to not shackle them while they're in active labor.
Nick Sweeney is the civil rights attorney handling Sarah's case. Hennepin County just recently settled for $500,000.
We're appreciative that Hennepin County has taken the steps to take some responsibility for this.
However, an ongoing portion of the lawsuit also alleges in the aftermath of the raid on her home and off camera, Maple Grove police violently threw Sarah to the ground, slamming her into the driveway on her pregnant belly. She claims that excessive force caused her to go into labor.
She's thrown down on the ground, 9 months pregnant with a visible pregnant belly.
Internal affairs records we've now obtained claim Maple Grove found no evidence that their officers used excessive force against Sarah, but they do detail how this search warrant itself was severely mishandled. So how did all this even start? Our investigation discovered it began with a serial scam artist caught on camera by Menards shoplifting and returning the stolen merchandise for store credit. Turns out he was selling those credits online. Sarah's husband Ferris innocently bought the credits and used them to buy the snowblower. Police tracked the purchase and officers showed up at the family's door, one wearing a body mic, but no body cameras.
Please, search warrant, open the door, please.
This internal affairs memo details how the detective in charge had no intention of forcing entry, but that a Maple Grove sergeant treated it like a narcotics warrant. Ferris was playing online video games and wearing headphones, so didn't immediately hear the knocking.
Open the door! Open the door before I boot it!
Just 27 seconds after first knocking, officers kick in the door.
Please search warrant! You all right, Matt?
I got it. Get down! Get over!
Later, at the Hennepin County Jail, both Sarah and Ferris gave recorded statements.
I was playing games, and then I heard like you're smashing the door. That wasn't even enough. Like a smash, boom, boom, boom.
We were so scared. My husband started to shouting and tell me call the 911. Call the 911.
I grab the gun and I look. From the window, I see a guy in civilian clothes. Looks very angry.
Ferris says the only person he saw through the blinds was this guy, Maple Grove detective James Kirky, in plain clothes, no police markings. The raid team parked down the street, so there were no police cars in sight.
Basically, I had not even 0.01% suspicion that he is a police officer.
The Internal Affairs investigation found Detective Kirky violated department policy by wearing civilian attire with no external police identification. It also states you failed to communicate your intended rules of engagement with the other officers involved, which ultimately risked the safety of all those involved. The detective was suspended 3 days without pay. In the immediate aftermath, it's clear there was, on all sides, confusion.
Ferris, come out of the house with your hands up. This is a stupid search warrant for a snowblower. Come on with your hands up and give us a snowblower and we're good.
Guys, you're police?
Yes.
What the f***'s going on?
Well, you're shooting at us. I'm scared shitless,
Yes,
dude.
because you broke in my house.
No, we had a search warrant like we said. Okay?
Search warrant for what?
The snowblower, dude, in the garage.
Ferris was originally charged with use of deadly force against police, but those charges got dropped. Internal records show the Hennepin County Jail changed its shackling policy for pregnant inmates to comply with the law the same day we first reported what they'd done to Sarah. For KARE 11 Investigates, I'm AJ Legault.
The Maple Grove Police Department sent KARE 11 a statement which says in part the Maple Grove Department holds its employees to a high level of standards and holds employees accountable when necessary. There were sustained policy violations by an employee that resulted in discipline.